What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course. Hipster night here tonight. No particular reason. I'll explain it a little bit later. But we're talking about Radioteletype, one of the oldest, I think actually, the oldest digital mode in only beat by Morse code CW. So yeah, I hope you're ready for a bit of fun. We're going to talk about a little bit of the history, what it is, how to use it, and we'll maybe make some live QSOs at the end. Thanks so much for joining us out here. Enjoy the memes as we kick things off. Thank you, Felix, for becoming a member of the Ham Radio Crash Course. If you become a member, you get to use cool emojis in the chat. All right, let's get her going. How's it going, everybody? I am Josh, KI6NAZ. Thanks so much for coming to the Ham Radio Crash Course. Coming back again for another weekend. Appreciate you doing so. Just a heads up, we do have links in the description for a ton of stuff. There will be show note links. There will be links to our Facebook group and our Discord group. We will be doing a Discord after chat, so make sure if you have any questions or whatever that we can't get to live, because there's a lot of you out there right now. I'll try to get to them, I promise. But you can join us on the Discord after chat, and we take questions well into the late night. So, yes, please join us over there. Yeah, full hipster mode, like I said. I'll explain that in a little bit here. Let's open the beer, though. We got a hipster beer to go along with tonight. I'm drinking the Ichigo Stout, which is a Japanese import beer. This is Japanese premium import. Not a lot of information on it, though. Ichigo beer out of Niigata, Japan. So we'll use, there we go. Get some of that going. I haven't had to use that in a long time. Whew. Thanks, everybody, for coming out again. I will be trying to take some live QSOs as we get going forward. So if you do have a RTTY set up, you might want to get ready. With that said, as I'm explaining the different apps that I'll be using and stuff like that, if I don't come back to you, it's not because I'm not trying to make a contact. It's because I'm literally trying to walk through everything that's going on with Radioteletype. So yeah. Again, thanks for joining us out here. This is the Ham Radio Crash Course. We try and create an inclusive environment. And by inclusive, I know it's sometimes a buzz word. Inclusive in this case means we're just making welcoming. We're glad you made it out here. We're glad you're interested in ham radio. Ham radio is a lot of fun. We have fun doing it, and we'd like you to enjoy that fun too. So appreciate you checking it out. Thank you very much. So what's going on? Well, again, want to remind people, hamradiocrashcourse.com is live, and the advantage of using this is we got the podcast linked up. You can play the podcast right there. We discovered if you're on an iPhone and you're on the website and you're using the MP3 player or the podcast player, you can close your iPhone and it'll still play, which is fantastic. Don't know if it does that with Android, although I'm assuming it does. You can go here for links on the different people involved with the HRCC, our podcast, our Facebook group, Ham Nation. We added a schedule, and when I say we, I mean Leia, my wonderful wife who does all the adminning on this. So there's our links for Ham Nation Live, so you won't forget that an episode is coming up. We've got merch, the Amazon store, our Buy Sell Trade Facebook group. Make sure you go join that if you haven't. And then links to all the discounts and affiliates that we have, because we do have different affiliate codes and different things that we've got going on that you can actually get a discount for when you purchase through those links. So make sure to check that out. Okay. We've got some... Ooh, David Potter with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We've got some new shirts over at the Ham Tactical. So the first one... Ooh, Leia added some more. She's got different variants. Leia cooks all these up, guys, okay? And these come from your ideas that we get on the podcast. We turn the email ideas, the part of the show, into actual merch. So she created a Bolin Labe shirt for Baofangs. And to go along with that, she created a Don't Tread on Me for a Baofeng. There's a Baofeng in the middle. So, to go along with your FCC fine that we'll all be paying for in the future, now you can wear this shirt. But my favorite, the shirt that I am just blown away by, for the others of you that know, here it is, cat cups. cat cups. Leia has made a cat cup t-shirt. Let me go. There's an adult one. This is the regular size. So let me just show you what this is in case. There you go. There's a nice, better shot of the cat cups. That's awesome. Great job, Leia. Really appreciate it. For those that know, that's pretty good stuff right there. So let's see what's going on else. All right. Again, a reminder for everybody, Ham Radio Outlet, not affiliated with them, but you know I love the store. I'm in there all the time. They're doing a 50-year anniversary giveaway, and they're giving away a Chevy Trailblazer with Icom equipment inside. That's the grand prize. Second prize is a Icom IC7300. Third prize is a 2730A. And then you get a $50 gift certificate for fourth place. Those are all good giveaways, so make sure you join in on that because that's pretty awesome. All right, let's flip her over to a news story. I found this one hilarious. Well, not so much for the person that was involved, but... Oh no, what happened? Did they just pull it down? Oh boy, I got to see if I can fix this. Hold on. What happened? No. All right, hold on. What? It was just running. Okay, I found an NPR link, which is fine. Here we go. Myanmar coup, Suu Kyi is accused of illegally importing walkie-talkies and has been removed from power. After disposing the Myanmar Democratic elected government, the country's military has issued the first formal charges against the de facto leader, accusing I'm killing it, I apologize, San Suu Kyi, or Kyi, I think, of illegally importing walkie-talkie radios. The allegation is a far cry from the claim of rampant election fraud the military invoked when it seized power on Monday. So, don't be bringing walkie-talkies into Myanmar. Just a FYI and a heads up on that one. Okay? Okay. Very good. Thanks for the super chat from Scott Gallagher. Appreciate it. And Making It Fix It is... also super chat. Thank you very much. Gotta have the cat cup shirt. Thank you very much, Leia. Good job on that. 73. That was KJ7UHH. Nice call sign. Appreciate that. All right. So what are we talking about today? Radioteletype. An interesting. Hey, the chat room's wrong. What's up with that? There we go. That's a bit better. I like that better. Okay, so we're talking about radioteletype. Radioteletype has been doing digital before digital was cool because it was really, nothing really existed before radioteletype except for Morse code, but that's generally, with a key, you actually have to physically connect to your radio to use it and all that fun stuff. So this is a bit different, right? And there's actually a really interesting history, and it's a quite a long history because it's based off of teletype, which existed obviously before there was a digital mode or the RF connection to teletype. And that was literally passing text over wire, right? So this was modified over time, and I'll talk about it a little bit. But at the 30,000 foot level, RTTY is a digital mode for sending and receiving text via radio. Pretty straightforward, and it is actually kind of that simple. So why is it hipster, or why do I think it's hipster? Well, there's a little bit of a history here. It was developed in 1922 by the U.S. Navy, and it was after modifying it to bring it off of the land-based teletype printers. Radio, or RTTY, for the Navy was called Radio Automatic Teletype, or RAT, and by the Signal Corps, it was called SCRT, or Signal Channel Radio Teletype. It was used primarily or prominently during World War II. That's kind of where it got started and where it was really kind of advanced and used during the war. After World War II, hams got a bunch of the equipment and they started using it. They were using old model Model 26 equipment, and basically it allowed hams that didn't necessarily want to do Morse code, or maybe they didn't really want to do, AM at the time. It gave them an option. So it started to take off once frequency shift keying was allowed, and that was back in 1951. So it was really poised to kind of take off in the 70s is when RTTY got full adoption kind of throughout the world, and it started connecting hams all over the place. So it's like I said, it's an interesting mode, and a lot of radios support it. So why is it hipster, though? So in its heyday, RTTY operation was unique. It was kind of a new way of utilizing a radio. Before, you would connect a microphone or a key, and you had some discrete hardware for continuous wave, CW, or single side, and actually AM specifically. Radioteletype was different, right? It required a new set of hardware, it required new understanding, and it was specifically unique and esoteric in the kind of knowledge one had to acquire to be able to use it, right? This is when it got started out. Today, RTTY is kind of like the OG digital mode. Contacts on RTTY are very less structured. There's actually not much structure to it at all. It's just you transmit, and if somebody transmits back and you're listening, you'll hear it, right, if you can copy it. It's a primary and focused on keyboard to keyboard. It is literally just you type and it fires it off if you're using a direct radio connection, or if you're using software, you can go ahead and just type and then blast out the RTTY through that. So as far as being hipster, it's super esoteric, and it was doing digital modes before digital modes were even cool. So if FT8 is a fixed gear bike, then RTTY is the penny farthing, which is the ultimate in hipster. So pulled this off of Wikipedia, and really the item in blue is the main thing, is that the term radioteletype is used to describe both the original radioteletype system, sometimes described as BODOT or BODOT, as well as the entire family of systems connecting two or more teleprinters or PCs using software to emulate teleprinters over radio, regardless of alphabet, link systems, or modulation. Link will be in the description for Wikipedia. And I pulled this from Electronic Notes. RTTY uses a form of transmission known as frequency shift keying, or FSK. The code representing the letters consists of a series of bits represented by high and low voltages. In turn, these are represented on the radio signal by a shift between two frequencies. And you can see that, and I'll show that in a second here. There's usually two vertical lines that go down the screen if you have a waterfall enabled, that you can see what's going on when you're doing RTTY specifically, right? On the HF bands, the carrier for RTTY signal is shifted between two frequencies, and this gives rise to differing audio tones when the beat frequency oscillator, the BFO, is used. At VHF and above, a frequency modulated signal is generally used for RTTY, and this is modulated by the audio tone that changes. The code for the data to be sent consists of 5 bits, or either a mark or a space for each character. The actual code that is used is called the Murray code or the BODOT code. This code is internationally recognized, and to accommodate the various international requirements, a number of national variations exist, although they are all relatively minor. So you can follow the link in the description for more information there. So using RTTY on your, home radio or whatever, unlike almost all the other digital modes, you leave your radio in lower sideband mode. It is the one exception to the most likely rule that you run everything in upper sideband. Filter width for receive should be anywhere between like 250 and 400 hertz, although you can actually go up a little bit. If you don't have a major large noise floor like I do, you can actually open that all the way up to like 2400, and then you can actually jump around the band and find out, all kinds of different signals that's going on. By the way, I will be on 40 meters when we get to that, so if you want to queue up your radios for that, that's where I'll be. There are a few software options for RTTY, and I will be talking about 2 of these. MMTTY is kind of like the forebearer of a lot of the RTTY software, and a lot of the other softwares use the same code from MMTTY for doing radioteletype. Today, we'll be talking about Fldigi and Ham Radio Deluxe. And there are a few radios on the market today that not only is what it was supposed to say, not only decode RTTY, but allow direct interface via computer or a keyboard. Examples of that are the Icom 7610, the Icom 7300, the 705, and the Yaesu FT991A, the FTDX10, and the FTDX101D. Some of those radios have a direct USB port that you can just type directly into that you can then just send directly to the radio, which makes QSOs just keyboard to keyboard literally through your radio. Very simple. For RTTY today, RTTY is most often seen on the bands during contests and events. That's where it's when you're most likely to see it. With that said, it's a great digital rag chew mode, meaning you just hop on the same frequency as a buddy and go boom, boom, boom. And by the way, if I left out some radios that decode RTTY, that was not my intention. There's a lot of them. I was just using a couple examples. It's easy to set up on most computers. I'll show you. It's very straightforward. There's plenty of information about it online because it's been around for a really long time. There is the reverse beacon network, which makes checking your stations really easy because you just do a search for your call sign. After you get CQ up and running, it makes it really easy. And contesting in RTTY is a great way to get into contesting for those that are mic shy because it's still quite popular. In contesting, I would argue, is probably its most used time when you see it out on the bands. Case in point, here is my reverse beacon network. I was just popping out some CQs a little bit earlier, and you can see that my call sign shows up, and these are all the stations that decoded me. There's one in the US. That's a Canadian station that heard me 3 times. You know, pretty cool. All right, and then there's a contesting link, and I'll show you that in a little bit. There are a couple major links that you want to check out. So the RTTY Roundup is a yearly event that the ARRL runs. The contest calendar, which is an aggregate of all radio contesting that you can find online, that has a list of filtering that you can do specifically for RTTY events if you're interested in that. The reverse beacon network I already showed. And then there's the rules for the North American QSO party, which has a RTTY day, which is actually next week. So one of the reasons why I thought this would be cool to do tonight is that we have a RTTY event coming up, which is next week. And that's the North American QSO Party RTTY edition, which starts at 1800 hours Zulu from February 27th through February 28th. And the link again is in the description, so you can check that out. Thank you, RClamp, for becoming a member. Enjoy the emojis, the meme emojis. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so I think I can take these off now. It was a bit of a joke. I didn't need any of that stuff. I didn't need 2 pairs of headsets, but we were doing a hipster thing, so, you know, why not? You got to have your aesthetics headset, and then your actual like listening to headsets. So right on. John Stillwell passed my tech exam last night. Congratulations. All right, very good. Is it the RTTY Roundup? No, next weekend's is the North American QSO Party, the RTTY edition. So make sure you check that out. And that's going to be on 80 meters, 40 meters, 20 meters, 15 meters, and 10 meters. So all the major non-work bands. Okay. So first demonstration we're going to do is the easiest one because it's pretty simple. We are going to go right here. Here is my 7300. And I have it in lower sideband digital mode, so I'm going to take it out of that right now. And I'm going to go to RTTY. So now we're in RTTY mode. And I'm already in the decode, but I'll just show you if you do have a 7300 or a 705. If you click on decode, then you bring up that decode window. All right. I do have a pretty tight filter on, so I will open that up a little bit. Okay. So it's just going to spit out characters like it's doing right now. But if someone were to call on this frequency, and maybe somebody will, that we'll see in a second, then I will be able to see 2 distinct vertical lines. And I use the VFO to tune those 2 white lines, right? The ones that are right here. Oh, is somebody transmitting? I think somebody is. We'll see in a second. Yep, there's somebody. We're just off frequency of them. Do it again so we can see a live decode. What'll happen is if you got two prominent signals coming in for RTTY, the 7300 will actually just start decoding them. And we are right on this. So let's see if we get them. Okay, so who's ever transmitting, you might need to reverse. Click the reverse button. Yeah, you're reversed right now. We'll give him a second. But this is really all you have to do to decode, but I'll show you what you need to do to transmit. For the 7610, there's actually a USB port that you can go directly into a keyboard, and you can just start hammering out code to somebody if you wanted to do it that way. On the 7300, you're a little bit more restricted. On the 7300, you need to actually use macros or pre-recorded canned messages. And that's what that TX mem button is. So I will click that right now. So nobody is transmitting to me right now, so I will click that. And this is where you can have a programmed list of just automatic QSOs lined up. So for me, I can just click this, and it will start transmitting CQ, 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 Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, and go through the whole thing. And then I can just wait for somebody to come back. You can use this for your entire contest if you wanted to do that. The reason is because you just say, 599, or in the case of the QSO party that's next week, you're just going to say what your location is and your name and, what state you're in. And that's really all the exchanges. So you can just, hold down that button and it'll run through the whole thing. So if I do that again and I hold this down, I don't think I have that set up here. I have it set up for voice recording, but not RTTY. And that's pretty much how you use RTTY on the 7300. It's pretty straightforward. The 7610, like I said, opens up the actual keyboard to keyboard where you can just type. That's really not what I wanted to focus on tonight, though. Tonight, we're going to focus on different applications that we use or to talk on RTTY. So let me go ahead and pull that up. And the first one we're going to look at is Fldigi. Fldigi is free software. It is sometimes confusing, but hopefully not too bad for a lot of people. I will point out that I am not covering how to completely set up Fldigi. I'm going to be focusing mainly on how you use it for RTTY. So, Larry Dial, thank you very much for the... Is it Dial? Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. He says, passed my technician exam this week with the help from your channel. Thanks for all the good work you do for the amateur radio. Thank you very much. KD2VQH73. Thank you very much. Okay, so once you have Fldigi up and running, you're going to go to Configure. You're going to go to Rig Control. I guess I'm going to cover a little bit of this. So let me pull this up here. So you're going to skip FLRig. You don't need to use that. If you're doing like a 7300. There is an XML file that you can use if you're going straight to the 7300, which I am not. I'm kind of using a software called Win for Icom, which is this guy right here. I did a live stream on this software, so if you are interested in that, you can go check that out. I covered how to set it up and how to use it. Oh, we've got somebody coming in. Yep, W7SDV. W7SDV, that's copy. Let me actually click on this guy right there. We'll get you in a second, all right? So you're going to want to set that up however you're going to use it. If you're going to use FLRig, by the way, FLRig is a great way to go. I did a video on that too for the 7300 and for the KX2 and for, I believe, the 705 because I've used that for pretty much everything, particularly when I'm on Linux. So you can set it up with FLRig. It's just going to use your local network, and FLRig is going to be the one that you configure the ports with. But in my case, I am using Hamlib. That's the one I'm using. So I'm using the 7300. If you're on the 7300, I have it set to COM port 5. The data baud rate is 19,200. Retries 3. You can just make a screenshot of this, and then you can set it up on your own. Stop bits is 1, polling 250. I didn't really mess with all this stuff. I did click the PTT via hamlib command, and that's all I had to do. The other thing you have to do, go to the audio tab. Click on port and audio. Make sure that your microphone is selected for your 7300, and then click save. and then close, because it just doesn't do the save and then close screen. You actually have to click 2 buttons, which always cracks me up about that. All right, we got somebody. We're gonna open the RTTY spaces of the band right now. Leia's gonna flip the big switch. Leia's gonna flip the switch to open up the ham bands for us tonight. Right, Leia? Oh, okay. So let's walk through kind of what you would do in the case of sending RTTY. I will. Let me drop this down so that it's out of the way. Hold on 1 second. I need to move that. It's going to get... There we go. I'm going to move it right here because you do need to see those buttons below. So the blue field is where you type. The yellow field is what you hear. And on the vertical bar, that's kind of the wide space of the band, like all the things you're hearing when you're in whatever mode you're in. So the first thing I'm going to do is, and I do this specifically, I change this back to lower sideband, right? And then that will open up the bandwidth a lot bigger. And I'm going to specifically go back into digital or data. And I am going to turn off decode because I don't need that. I'm going to go back to meter. I like to see meter because it shows me the standing wave ratio in case that were to change for some reason. I'm also going to open up the bandwidth a little bit just to make things easier. Now, within Fldigi, you can click on any of these buttons down here, and these are programmable buttons, but the default works just fine. If you right-click on it, it will show you what it's going to tell your radio to do. In this case, it's going to call CQ 3 times, DE, which is short for from, and then it's going to give your call sign, and then it's going to do that again. And then it's going to end up with PSEK. PSEK is please. No, wait, that's not right. Please K? Please come back? I think that's how it works. Anyway. And then you're going to basically lock it in like that. So if you click it now I'm transmitting down in the waterfall. You can see it right there. And my standing wave ratio is good. So now I'm sending CQ, and you're seeing it live as it prints here. There's a live printing out of how fast it takes to transmit. So I can do that again. So as you're seeing it go from red or from black to red, that's literally it going doot, 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 doot across the text. Jeeper Creeper says, how much power do you run with RTTY? You run as much as you can to make the contact. But, of course, that's also going to depend on... Oh, get out of that. By the way, what you're seeing on the screen above is not necessarily what's on the radio. See the radio? I've got it on data. And that changes it up here. Okay, we've got somebody maybe tuning up. I think they're tuning. Right now, I'm not running any power. Daryl Mann, great question and comment. So he said, I was a teletype operator in the service and want to get back into RTTY, but with tech only, I am limited to the bands that are not doing any RTTY these days. Yeah, you pretty much nailed it. There's not that much RTTY on VHF UHF. It's primarily an HF game, so maybe look into getting your general. I apologize for saying that, but you're right. Most people are on HF when it comes to RTTY, so keep that in mind. Is somebody doing voice? There's somebody doing voice on the radio right down here, down in the digital portion. And yes, good point too from Mike Smith. RTTY is 100% duty cycle, so you are maxing out your transmitter when you're transmitting. So if you're doing If you've got a radio that, when you're running digital, you don't run at 100% power output because you don't want to damage it or whatnot, then you might want to dial the power back, and also keep that in mind if you're using an amplifier that you don't want to, also blow that up by putting too much power through it or putting too much drive from your exciter. So now I'm waiting to make a QSO. Let's see if we can get one. Chaz, there's Radeon 10 meters. That might be a good place to check for the individual that has their technician. Yeah, maybe I'm getting some sweet DX. All right, well, oh, there's somebody in there. There was somebody in there. It's okay. We're going to move on to the next application just so I can show you it, and then we'll do some QSOs because we're already halfway through the hour. So I'm going to close FL Rig. Yep. And I'm going to close Win for Icom. I like to use that app. It is a paid-for app, though. The reason I use that app is because it makes connecting multiple applications to the 7300 really easy. Now I'm going to run Ham Radio Deluxe, which is a fantastic app, but also not free. Fldigi is free, though. You can do everything I just did on Fldigi without needing Win for Icom. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so this is the rig control for HRD. And what did you open up the SAT tracker for? I don't need that. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring this guy down. I'm going to bring down the chat for a second so you can see what's going on. So a bit different with HRD, and I'll walk through what I've done here. So the first thing you want to do is when you bring this up, you'll likely see the sound card, which is right here. Let me get this out of the way a little bit. I want to get, there we go. Okay. Okay, so sound card, you want to go to options. And this brings up a new menu, and you can do most of this configuration in this options menu. You need to also point it at the USB connection or whatever your connection is. You need to point it to your radio, so your speakers and your microphone. For radio, PTT, there you go. For PTT, it's going to say Ham Radio Deluxe, and you're going to check that little bullet, the option there, the option click, and you're going to go configure HRD connection. And you want to make sure that that is, leave it alone, don't change this, localhost 7809. And under transmit, you're going to click TX. That's the only thing you have to do. And that should take all the connection, which is Ham Radio Deluxe, which is this guy. This is your rig control application. If you've used HRD before, you have to set it up so you point it at the serial port, you give it the 11,900 whatever BPS, and then you should be able to connect at that point. Now with HRD, you can do the same thing you can in FL Rig. It gives you a little bit more control though, because you can send your CQ over and over again, which is nice. So you can replay. Okay, what just happened? There we go. All right. Yeah, if you're waiting to try and make a QSO, start firing off RTTY at this point. There we go. Let's move him up there. Okay. So with the sound card set, bring it over to the IC7300 will be the name of the rig you're running, which is down here in the lower left. You're going to go to mode LSB. In this case, I want data on. That's how I'm able to do this setup right here. Filtering, I leave it on. I switch between two filters, either the wide 2400 hertz filter or the 500 hertz filter, depending on what I'm doing. I checked my audio beforehand. Maybe you should refresh the YouTube. And transmit, we're checking that. Okay, it's working. I have the log connected, so if we start making a log, I do need to turn the log on. Let's bring up the logbook. I'll leave that running in the background just so we make sure we get a log. If we do make a contact, I want to make sure we get it. So here's the logbook, but that's not what we're here to look at today, so I'll drag that out of the way. Okay, so much like Fldigi, you have different options here for transmitting. In my case, I have these configured for two calls, two types of CQ calls, and you can see them. It'll say CQ from, remember DE is from KI6NAZ again and again, and please come back. CQ2 is just that longer. And then QRZ is, if I was making a contact or if I was in a contest, I would have them say QRZ, QRZ, or have the computer say that, and then give my call sign again. If I wanted to respond to somebody, I would say their call or your call, and then from KI6NAZ. And I would go their call from KI6NAZ again. And then when I'm making a contact, I go with my report and station if you want to do that. And then you can run through the whole thing. So I will do that again here. Call CQ. I may have to flip this though. In fact, let me check that. There's somebody. I miss Art Bell. All right, so we got a response. N0 EPP KPPX. I miss Art Bell is what I think he's saying. So pretty okay signal. Now, this is a really good point that I should mention. RTTY does not have forward error correction. It is just a fire hose of data. It is not doing anything fancy to make sure that your signal is getting to the intended recipient correctly. There is no checking to make sure that the packets or the data was received correctly. It is just blasting out the data. So if you're missing it, you're missing it. N0 YEP. YEP. Yeah, come back again. Put all your angry pixies into it. Somebody asked about RTTY for MCOM. No, I wouldn't use RTTY for MCOM. Casey asks, is RTTY 45 in Fldigi? Yes, RTTY 45 is in Fldigi. All right, here we go. See, you see the two prominent lines there on the waterfall here? N0 YEP, I gotcha. Okay. So now I can just go N0 YEP DEKI6NAZ. We'll just say you're 599. Thanks. And then we will send. Where is it? It did not send. There it is. Oh, it bugged out. No, the whole damn thing bugged out. What just happened there? Why didn't... Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, I stopped it with... Oh, this thing got all buggered out. It's trying to send everything I do now. That's not what I want. Stop. Okay, so now let's see if this works again. Will Moran, you're way late, buddy. It's a digital mode. It's for sending text. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I'm not going to repeat how to use it. I mean, I'm doing it right now. So, good question on why I'm not in RTTY mode on the radio. So, this application, and so does Fldigi, uses lower sideband or upper sideband. And again, we're using lower sideband for RTTY. You use that instead of putting it in RTTY mode because RTTY mode is for your radio. At least that's been my experience. It's best up there. So there's a couple of people that are sending right now. Somebody's transmitting. It looks like gibberish, though. You may have to reverse. And I do click the reverse button. It swaps the mark and the space field within RTTY. And sometimes that helps, particularly on transmit, depending on how you're doing it. That's dropping out. Flip it back. Couple of low signals in there. Are we getting... Cam for the super chat. Joe Rogan is the modern day Art Bell. I don't know if that's true. I don't feel like that's true. So we got another big signal coming in right here, or bigger signal. Yeah, so the contest that's coming up, thanks Evan for posting that. The contest that I mentioned, the QSO party, is 100 watts max power limit. There's somebody else. Let's go back to calling CQ right now. I hear big signals. I'm trying to get a good decode so I can show you. There we go. N3CRT, N3CRT. Please K. Okay. So now we can say N3CRT. Let's clear that out. So I'm just doing this keyboard to keyboard. KI6NAZ. You're 599599. Oh, 59999. Oh, that's why. You shouldn't have the tuner on. Get out of there with that. All right, I have to restart this software. It finishes the transmission, but then it's like not letting go of the radio. Oh, that's right. You're right. I don't have it's not a macro. I'm doing it keyboard to keyboard. I have to end it. Yes, thank you. Good point. So I saw KI6. I didn't get the signal report, so I will do N3CRT back. So I'm manually ending the transmission now. I usually use macros. Okay, KI6, DE, N3. Oh, come on. It looks so good. Okay, cool. So there we go. We're getting N5, N3 CRT. Watching live stream. Getting a little messy, though. You can see if it's not a perfect copy, you can see you start losing characters. And so you kind of have to suss it out yourself. So we'll put that in for N3 CRT. We will do 5.9 both ways. Add. Why? Don't question me. It says N3 CRT not found. Just add it. Okay, so I saw a KNAZ. See, this is kind of what is fun about it, is sometimes you get a little wonky, you don't get the perfect signals coming back in, so you have to kind of like hope to figure out what they mean. Okay, I'm going to slide up a little bit. There's another station calling. Okay, let's go ahead and show you the repeat CQ feature. So I'm going to slide down a little bit to an open spot. I am going to go to the clock right here. I'm going to click 6 seconds, and I'm going to hit CQ, and then I'm going to hit repeat. And I'm going to let that do that while I grab another beer. Going full Japanese here. Oh. So this is a Kawaba Japanese pale ale. Japanese beers kind of have a rice flavor to them that I'm not the biggest fan of. Ooh, and they apparently the bottles are... What's wrong with the bottle opener? There we go. That was a crazy bottle cap. It was a really fat base. All right. All right, so now I'm back from getting my beverage. I'm going to turn off the repeat. So I'll click that little repeat button. And let's see if somebody's replying to me on my frequency. Will Moran, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Yeah, no, I saw it. I got him in the log. And yeah, so some of you are relaying for me because we're going coast to coast. Oh, somebody's right on there. That's a big... Come on, decode it. Somebody's right on top of me. It's not decoding. Shoot it off again. Fire off again. Heavy Water Tread says, what's your oldest radio encounter you or your friend has had? Not necessarily a friend, but when I was a kid, I used to listen to shortwave radio a lot. And I remember stumbling onto a number station. That was really cool. Eerie, but cool. Somebody's in there, but I don't know what they're sending. Let me flip. Yeah, that rice beer has it's a flavor I'm not the fondest of. Will Moran, thank you. N3CRT, got it. I got it in the log. Thank you, N3CRT. I appreciate it. And thank you for the super chat, Will. Somebody's transmitting, but I'm not getting anything from him. Let's go to this guy. Test. Test, test, test. Yes, test, you're making it. Give me your call sign and then I can reply. So you notice I'm kind of like working it out. It's there's a 0 and then test, or an O, and then it's like TES, XQ, and then test, and then TEQK. Sometimes that happens where you don't get all of it. Yeah, I'm on lower sideband. You're supposed to be on lower side. There we go. KI6 Nade. I'll take KI6 Nade. Who is that? I'm losing it. See, you gotta have some decent power sometimes. Thanks, Will. I appreciate the super chats, man. You're crazy. Thank you, buddy. We got CRT in the log. Biggest Johnson 1 says, I don't get the beer drinking part of this. Why? Because it's fun, and I enjoy it, and I'm the one that's making the videos. And if you don't enjoy it, that's okay. I'm not making you watch. JK4 RDF. CQ. Somebody's calling CQ. N5 RJ. Oh, maybe not. So the best thing to do with this mode is you want to give your call sign a few times. Because if you get any little mix-up, it's not going to come through. So, yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking. I'll try to work as many people as I can, but maybe turn the amp on. Biggest Johnson, I normally drink American beers, but today I'm being a hipster, so that's why I'm drinking Japanese beer. Will Moran, you're a monster today with the super chats. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. So you can see all these lines, right? I'm clicking between it, and that little yellow space right here, this yellow space is the width, right, between the two frequency spaces. It'll automatically space for you. I'm really just trying to hop around until I can find somebody that's got a strong enough signal. I'm happy to try and make this work with everybody, but I want to get a strong signal. K6 TXT. Okay, I'm gonna slide up here and I'm gonna start calling. So same kind of thing, I'm gonna go CQ and I'm gonna click repeat. And you can see on my screen way up there, you can see the two bars, right? That's going down the waterfall. So that's my transmission. And it's going to wait a couple of seconds, then it's going to call again. Oh, somebody's right on top of me. Let's abort that. I really opened up the bands here, so but everybody note where your spacing is. Give space on top of the other one. Ichigo is the brand of the first beer. This is the Kawaba. Kawaba. Oh, you're 559. Okay, somebody got some contact going, so good work there. Cam, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Will Moran, hold my beer. Okay, the frequency I'm on, I think somebody's actually sending to me, so I'll wait here. Put all those angry pixies down the wire so I can get your call. I got an N599. I got a 599. It's a bit like being a code breaker. You got to figure out what's being sent to you. Okay, KI6NAZ. I got it. So I need your call sign. KC9. Whew. KC9ZM. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on, buddy. Let me get a clear one. Do it again. I'll wait. We're going to get this one to work. It's loud enough that I can get it. You can see that, like, there. I just want to get this contact, bud. Let's go. So it can be a challenge. It can be fun. It can be a challenge if you're. Oh, look at that. Oh, so clear, but now I'm losing it. Is it ZMQ? Is it KC9ZMQ? Is that it? Is it KC9ZMQ? Tony. Wow, Tony, thank you so much. Thank you for the awesome videos, Josh. Passed my tech exam Wednesday. Working on my general now. Hope to start hitting the air soon. Well, hey, buddy, thanks. I really appreciate the super chat. I'm glad it helps. So that was KC9ZMY. Okay. KC9ZMY. Let me get a... I got the 599, so then I will go back. Your 599, 599, 599, and send it. Oh, I was just standing right on top of somebody. My bad. Sorry. David Horvath. Let me show you. I can show you my log. So basically, you right-click on the call sign and you click call sign. You got to tell it because the computer doesn't know. The software doesn't know. Stop. Stop. There we go. Forgot to hit F5. So for if this was the call sign right here, you right-click on it and you click call sign. Did you get it? I don't know if you got it. Barcelona? Man, let's do it. We have to turn on the amps. I don't have the amp running right now. Will Moran and Cam are now in a super chat battle. You don't have to do this, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Send it. Sounds like you're the spotter and you're getting... People are going to be like, what the heck is going on in the bands right now? Why is there RTTY? Who has made the RTTY happen? I make the RTTY happen. Just kidding. Okay, let's slide in here. You know what? Let's see. Let's do this. We're gonna dial back the power to the old 30 watts, and we're gonna turn on the amplifier, the amplification device. See if I can blast out. And we'll check reverse beacon. So let's do that right before I do this. So let's go back to... Boop. Boop. Where's my website? Hold on. There we go. Okay, so here's my reverse beacon right now. Let me refresh it. You'll see a lot more of them, I imagine. Yeah, there you go. Note my SNR is 20, 39, 24, etc., etc. Okay, good. So let's go back. Let's go back. What happened? What just happened? There it is. Okay. Okay. And we're about 30. So maybe adjust this on the fly. Let me make sure I got my dials ready here. Let me do a test. And we will go... Okay. Now I am on the amp. Let's see who heard that. KC9ZMY. I still got you in there. I gave you the 599. You copied the 599, right? I added you to the log. Okay, let's abort. Somebody's transmitting to me. Go ahead, come back. Well, there's somebody. KG9QZG? Is that legit? Is that legit? KC9QZG, I'll give you the 599. Oh, it messed with my... There we go. There we go. That's not right either. There you go. Can we get a ham song to play Make a Man? No. Well, maybe. Maybe. That's wrong. Why is it 599? It should be his call. Hopefully you get it, though. Nice. We got Cape Town, South Africa in the house. You can really get Leia to sing it. A lot of people in there right now. By the way, if you want to keep this going, we will be going to the Discord after chat, where we will try and keep doing some RTTY, because I will do that at the same time we're having our chat. Because RTTY is generally something you can kind of work in the background without a problem. So I need to adjust this. Let me show you this right now. I made this RTTY QSO button. So if I right-click on that, that brings up this window. So it should be his call sign, or it shouldn't be his call sign, but you know, you get the idea. So I want to do call sign, his call sign from my call sign. So we're doing a live update, and then say your, and then his send, and then back to you, call sign, call sign. So I'm going to save that. Okay, so now I should be able to just reply. So I'll hit the little eraser button. I'd like to make another QSO before we wrap up here. Let's slide over here. Let's start blasting. Then I started blasting. Is that right? I'll call once more and then I'll wait. W6MCH, click the reverse. Evan got it. Evan knew what I was doing. Oh, we're losing the signals. 40 meters getting a little funky. That's the problem with doing the live stream when I do the live stream, is sometimes we get some gray line action, and that will, you know, it can help, but it also can be bad. We got too many signals right on top of each other. Cameron G threw a kilowatt at me to say I missed Art Bell. That's one area where Fldigi works a little bit better. This is going to decode exactly what's in your receive space right here. Fldigi will look at all of the space that it can receive, how much, you know, how wide your filtering is, how big the bandwidth is, and just throw that data into it. Will Moran, jeez, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Throw in your super chatter. Wait around a little bit. Yeah, the threshold, yeah, I guess, yeah. It's pretty low. Cameron, do that one again. I want to get that Art Bell, miss Art Bell. I do too. I miss Art Bell a lot. Will Moran is, it's good. It's good, man. You're good. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Lots of activity out here, though. Thank you for all the activity on the bands. I think some people are still having problems with the reverse. I should have talked a little bit more about that. So again, this button up here, if you're using Fldigi, it's less of a problem. But if you're using Ham Radio Deluxe, K8TSG, I got somebody. Okay, we're switching over. Okay, got it. RTTY QSO, go. Okay. See that? All right, so we set up the macro. We got that sorted out. We got a copy from K8TSG, and we're waiting to hear back on what my signal report is here. And then we can lock it. We got an That's good. I think that's just noise. We got an but we'll wait to hear back what my signal report is, and then we'll get it in the log, and then we'll wrap up the show because we're going to go to Discord now and have a bit of fun. So hopefully you join us over there. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Is that you? Come on back now. David Beam, the best way to make RTTY contacts in a contest is do not do any of this extra fluff. Just do, oh, there you go. Scott Tomlinson with the sticker. That's awesome. The best way to make consistent, I got a 599. I'll take it. So I'm in the log. Okay, let me add that. Okay, let me go 73. From, where'd he go? Interesting. Let's see if that works correctly. I don't think it's going to, but we'll try. Why not? Oh, no, it didn't. That was stupid. Scott Tomlinson, that's awesome. So when you're doing a contest with RTTY, you want to make your macros extremely efficient, and you want to repeat your call sign, repeat their call sign, and the signal report, which the signal report for a contest is going to be 599. Or if you're doing the North American QSO party, you want to use your location, specifically your location and your name, and that's the part of the exchange. So I would focus on no fluff, no extra words other than call sign, name, location. And if you need to give those twice each, that would be an effective use. And you are literally going to go CQ, somebody's going to reply, you're going to give their response, which should be, you know, your name, etc., and that's it. And that's all you're going to do. And you're just going to rinse and repeat, and you're going to lock up all the logs like that. Let me get that guy's call in. So he was 5.9. Okay, good. Lock him in. Somebody gave a KI6NAZ. I saw it there. Couple of different people in there. All right, let's do this. We're gonna wrap it up, I think, but don't leave. Go to the Discord and join us on the after chat, okay? Man, Cam with the jab and uppercut. You guys are crazy. You're crazy. I appreciate it though. Thank you for the super chat. Seriously, I really appreciate it. Let's flip it over here. I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit because it's going to get crazy. We're going to the Discord. I will be running RTTY this whole time. I won't go to like FT8 or anything like that. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. This is just a little bit of a background on RTTY. It's an interesting mode with a lot of cool history that I think people should support and be interested in and all that fun stuff. Thank you so much for the support. You can see the tip charts exploding right now. Thank you for everybody that decided to be a member today. Again, the membership, if you didn't see the video, the membership I posted is really just about putting emojis on the channel. I couldn't make that work any other way than that. So hopefully you enjoy them. We do have a whole series of emojis that I have added custom from our Discord, which you all like, and I've created some unique ones as well. So hopefully that's something that... All right, we got K8TSG right on Hammock Radio. That was good again, man. I can't wait to get back to a ham fest and we can hang out with people again. I remember we met in Dayton, and I would like to see everybody again, hopefully soon. So I'll be looking to get a vaccine hopefully in the future so I can be done with this. So anyway. All right, let me give a big thanks and shout outs to the patrons. Remember to join us over on the Discord. I will post the link here. No, that's not it. Can somebody got an admin drop the link in the Discord? That would be great. So thanks so much to the patrons. We have a really, really, really cool Patrons Picks episode coming up for March. It's something that's going to take a lot of work on the patron side. They got to send me a bunch of stuff. But we're going to do a very cool live video for probably, I bet, most people that will watch it, if they're looking to different antennas or they're unsure about antennas, this might help them a lot. So it's going to be 2 weeks from now, first weekend in March. It should be really, really fun. So I'm very excited about it. And it's thanks to all these people for the support that they give, and really all of you too. Everybody, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And we're having fun out here. I have fun doing it, so I'll just keep on doing it. And hopefully everybody's getting some value out of it and getting interested in ham radio and all the things we can do out here, like RTTY, which is a little bit esoteric, a little bit fun, a little bit hipster, which I will say. So yeah, join us on the Discord. My wife jumped in with the link. And Evan, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Click the link. Join us on the Discord. It is a live text and voice chat, which I stream to Twitch. Over on Twitch, that is where you'll be able to see the video for that, and we'll have a lot of fun. Continue this RTTY train going. All right. Will Moran, again with the Super Chat, 7-3. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I'll see you on the Discord as well. Very good. From KI5HHW. And let's see, what else? G for Creeper is definitely dialing in with the emojis right now. Okay. The Japanese beer, I'll tell you what. I'm not the biggest fan, but the Brew Crew, I'll add them to the list and get that uploaded. I got a couple of videos or a couple of beers I got to hit up in there. So I'll make sure to do that so you can, you'll see them there, hopefully update in a day or two when I get that sorted out. All right. It's been fun, guys, but I'm going to head over to the Discord. I will flip this over, play some music. Play me out, music. Where's my memes? There we go. Paul G, send me Aussie beer. If you can do that, that'd be great. I'll take it. There's a new one. There's a new meme. R.I.P. Gene Wilder.